Thank you, beautiful people, for joining me. Happy 2024. If I haven't already told you, if you didn't jump in on our Daniel fast, our 21 days of prayer and fasting, where we are looking to see how God can come through for us by pushing away our plates and getting deeper into our relationship with Him. Now, for those who are brand new, this is God and Therapy. My name is Sahami Pinard. I am the owner and founder of Awareness LLC, where mental health is wealth. We combine God and therapy at this company because I saw breakthrough not only when I went to therapy, but more so when I combined my faith in seeking a relationship with God intentionally with the things that I learned in therapy. And that's where I saw my healing come through in depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, grief and loss, just a whole bunch of things that I thought I had under control that clearly had control of me. So if that's you, if you're battling something, if you feel that you're going through repetitive cycles, that you think you're out one day, but then next week shows you were never out, then this is the place for you. So hit that subscribe, like, and share so that more people get their breakthrough as well. Introductions are over. I had a message that I wanted to share, but I wanted to make sure we got our 21 days of prayer and fasting out. A friend of mine hit me up a couple of days ago or maybe last week, and she asked, why didn't God just do it? Why did the people of Israel, because she was reading Genesis and got into Exodus, she was like, why did it take so long? Why couldn't he just get them to the promised land? Why couldn't he just let them take the 11-day journey? And you're probably asking the same about your own circumstances, right? A lot of times people in therapy are wanting the breakthrough, the healing right away. And I have to be the bearer of bad news sometimes and let them know that this is a journey. This is a process that we're going to have to walk through, because you're going to think it's one thing, and then I'm going to slowly but surely show you how that branches out into different things. So a lot of my patients that come to me for trauma will give me surface level information because that's where their awareness is, right? They're like, well, this is what happened. He shouldn't have responded to me that way. They shouldn't have acted that way. And then I have to take what you're saying and then break it down and let you see, well, was it really just them, or did they remind you of something from your past that we have not yet healed from? And that's where we need to start the work, because there are a lot of people who are in therapy for years on end still battling with depression. And I find that, are you being honest with not only your therapist, but with yourself? Or are you afraid? And if that's the case, maybe you're not with the right person, right? Maybe you don't feel comfortable to share that part of you with this person. Don't just keep going to a therapist because it's comfortable. No, we're looking for breakthrough. This is 2024. We did the comfort thing a little too long. Now God is calling us to heal. And the only way you're going to heal is if you're honest about where you're at currently and where that may stem from. And again, you may not know, but if you come to me as your therapist, pray to God, do your intentions, most definitely go to your word, but then trust me as your therapist to tell you this is where we really need to start. You see this one little experience right here where your mom over and over told you weren't good enough, or your dad wasn't there. This is where that thinking seems like it's stemming from. What do you think? And then we have a conversation. It's not that I'm always going to know exactly what it is. It's a dialogue. You tell me, well, no, actually, I've worked through that. Me and my mom have a better relationship. We've talked through some of these things. I see when those triggers come up. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's go this route. And I want to make sure that I am taking every little root that might possibly stem up into these branches of poor behavior, poor thought process, choosing the wrong people, choosing the wrong positions in life where you feel like I'm always less than. And we know that scripture tells us that God calls us the head and not the tail, but somehow I'm always beneath someone, something. So what are we going to do? God takes you through a process. And that was my response to her. He couldn't just let them do that 11-day journey. The same way God can't just snap his finger and take you out of it. One, he's not a genie, he's not a magician. And two, he knows you need the process. If you go to the first book of James, it says, be happy when troubles come to you, because you know that it's building something in you that safe waters can't. Now, I'm paraphrasing, this is not the exact words of James 1, but you need this process right now so that way you develop certain skills. That way you develop certain behaviors. You let go of certain mindsets. You don't go back to that thing that broke you down because the journey was so quick. And now you're under the thinking that, oh, this is easy. If it doesn't work, I know I'll just do this for a couple of days, a week or two, and by next month I'll be okay. You did that cycle a lot, right? And where are we? We're back at square one, praying to God for the same type of deliverance. It might be a different group, it might be a different job, but it's the same type of things that you're asking God for. So when he stops and isolates you, or he takes you out of whatever it is the situation is, and now you're wondering, wait, why am I not getting through this as quickly? It's not because God doesn't want you happy. No, he wants it to be permanent this time, but it's your choice. So when you come to therapy, I'm going to tell you this is your choice. You can choose to tell me just the surface level things, in which I most definitely will help you through. But surely, just know you will be back. If not to me, to another therapist, to another friend, to another spiritual leader or pastor, complaining about the same thing that God wanted you to go through a process for. So your anxiety, your grief, all that is a process that we need to work through. I don't want you just hopping on a plane for a vacation. I don't want you just buying a bag, buying some new shoes, buying a new wardrobe, a new house, moving from state to state, country to country, trying to find a peace that only God gives. Trying to find a peace that only you can get if you work through this process. That's why those 11-day journeys, quote unquote, are never enough. We need the 40 years. Now, I pray it's not 40 years. Whatever the amount of time is that God is taking you through it, you need it. Journal through it. Cry through it. Be mad about it. Listen, I go to God whichever way he finds me, okay? I'm not trying to hide nothing. What's the point when he already knows what I'm feeling in my heart anyway? I'm going to come to him trying to clean up. Oh, God, King James Version, however it is that you pray. When in my heart, I know I am pissed. Why am I still here? I'm fasting. I'm tithing. I'm leading. I'm going to church. Why am I still dealing with this? Have I really tried his process? Have I really tried working out all the kinks, or I'm just trying to rush to the end goal? What's your answer? Because God is not worried so much about the end goal as he is about truly healing all parts of you. And that's therapy. I am more concerned about healing all parts of you. Great. You leave me great reviews. I appreciate you. But if you leave me and you are still dealing with the same thing, I didn't do my job. So I don't need that great review because I need you to heal more. Now, side note, leave me a great review. That's not what I'm saying. But that's my concern when you come to me. Not how short of a time we can be with each other. Not how quick you get this understanding to like check off a task list or something. That is not what we're doing in therapy, and that's not what God is doing in your life. Those 11 days are not enough. 11 sessions may not be enough. I have patients that have been with me both in therapy or medication management for years at this point. And at first I used to think, well, am I doing something wrong? Am I not getting through to them? And we've had that conversation. Am I the right one for you? I don't want to just keep having you come to me week after week and we're not moving forward. Because that is my end goal, that you heal from this. That is therapy's end goal. That is God's end goal for your life. So are you being honest with yourself and with your therapist and with God? Are you so quick to get to the end goal that you forget there's a process right now that we are dealing with? Because there is such beauty in it. When I stopped pushing myself to the end, focusing on the end goal, the beauty that I found in that journey, like, I think God had to sit me down real quick. I think he had to sit me down because I started to enjoy life fully. I wasn't taking trips just to escape a place or a thought or people. I was taking it to truly enjoy. I love being by the water. But what are you doing? Are you running or are you healing? Because vacations hit a little bit differently when you are a healed version of yourself. You want to come back home. I want you to create a life that you want to leave vacation to come back to. That is my goal for you. Not that you're constantly hopping on JetBlue, Delta, American Airlines, whichever airline that you prefer, Qatar for my little bougie ones, Emirates. No, I want you to create a life that you run home to. That's when I actually knew that, okay, this healing thing, this process is actually worth it. I went on my trip to Jamaica with a couple of friends. And when I told you, I scheduled my return flight so that I would make it back on Sunday in time for church. I wanted to be back in my own space. And I love traveling. I love the Caribbean. That was the first trip that I ever felt that way with. And then from then on, it was just, okay, this is fun. I enjoyed it, but I want to get back to my regular life. That's how you know you're healing. A lot of people ask, how do I know I'm getting over this? Do you want to go back home? Can you go into the same places that made you cry and smile? Can you enjoy that without thinking about the experience that happened? Or maybe you thought about it, but now you smile thinking, wow, that was so long ago. I don't even remember why it happened like that, and I'm fine with that. That's how you know the process is working. So don't discount the 40 years because you so much want it to just be 11 days. I get it. There are certain things that God will do just like that, immediately, suddenly, just as. There will be those moments in your life. But this healing that you need, let it prolong. Let it go all the way because it is not only connected to you. It is connected to your children. It is connected to your parents, to your siblings, to your friends, to your business. That 7-figure business. Yeah, 7 figures. I'm not calling out 6 figures for you. That 7-figure business that you got coming down the pipeline, it needs the healed version of you. Because if you are not careful, the blessing might be torn down by some past trauma that you didn't take the time to heal from. So don't discount the 40 years for the 11 days. There's a reason why God is not just snapping his fingers and letting it happen right away. He knows you need to develop this. He knows you need time to work through just a little bit more than what you think is there. Don't discount the journey. Remember to trust your process. Trust God with your process. Healing is never canceled, and your mental health is always well. Have a great day.